Picture this. You're just chilling, hanging out, when all of a sudden, bang, you're suddenly transported to a random country's extensive road network. I hate it when this happens, you think to yourself. You look around a bit and take a good old sniff of the air. It smells distinctly Scottish. But how can you be sure that you are in Scotland? Well, here's a few ways of identifying Scotland's roads network in this extremely common and devastating scenario. Most road signs in the north of Scotland, and almost all on non-trunk roads in the Highlands, are bilingual, that is, in both English and Scottish Gaelic. Now, other parts of the UK have bilingual road signs as well, notably Wales and Northern Ireland. And Irish Gaelic can look quite similar to Scottish Gaelic. What on earth are you to do? Well, you can tell a Gaelic road sign is a Scottish Gaelic road sign because Scottish signs have a green and yellow colour scheme. Yellow Gaelic text if it's on a green background and green if it's on a white background, such as in this example. Gaelic road signs gained popularity in Scotland as the result of action by Skye landowner Ian Noble in 1973. Inverness-shire Council wished to build a road south from Portree and needed to purchase land from Noble. However, he stated he would only sell the land if they erect bilingual road signs on the road. This was opposed by Inverness-shire Council and especially by Michael Bailey, Lord Burton, chair of the Roads Commission. Bailey even tried to fight in the House of Lords to limit the use of Gaelic by local councils in Scotland. This only made matters worse, as the dispute on Skye now attracted much attention from the nation. Campaigners wished for Gaelic to get bilingual road signs similar to those in Welsh that had recently been rolled out. In the end, Gaelic road signs were put on the road to Portree, largely because a compulsory purchase order would be inefficient. This led the movement for Gaelic road signs, which eventually was backed by the devolved Scottish Parliament. Hence why we have Gaelic road signs today. But maybe you can't see Gaelic road signs. How else are you going to know you're in Scotland? Scotland has a lot of passing place signs, most of which are in the middle of nowhere. As such, these signs often haven't been updated. Before 1994, passing place signs were diamonds like this. While these signs survive in other parts of the UK, they mostly hold on in Scotland. However, in recent years, the square passing place signs have begun to invade older, narrow roads. So maybe all your passing place signs are squares and you can't see any Gaelic signage. What then? This type of reflector post with a red and grey strip on a chunky white plastic post is most commonly found at driveways and laybys in Scotland. It was intended to be used UK-wide and was just tested in Scotland, but it didn't really catch on and so is largely confined just to up north. But maybe you're not near a junction or driveway and you can't see a passing place sign and you can't see a Gaelic sign. What do you do then? Well, move, but if you can't be bothered moving and you're lazy like me, it's time to get serious. Royal Mail vans in Scotland are slightly different to the rest of the UK. On the side of the van there is a small crown, and in most places in the UK you can see the royal cipher underneath, E2R for example. This cipher is also present on most post boxes in other parts of the UK. In Scotland, this isn't the case, as a result of an incident sometimes called the Pillar Box War. The controversy arose in 1952 from the fact that the new Queen Elizabeth took the title Queen Elizabeth II. She was the second Queen Elizabeth to rule over England, Wales and Northern Ireland, but she was the first Queen Elizabeth to rule Scotland. In the legal case McCormick versus Lord Advocate, it was ruled that the Queen had the right to style herself in whatever manner she wished. Postboxes that had the cipher on them in Scotland were constantly vandalised. In 1953, the new postbox in the Inch district of Edinburgh was blown to pieces by a gelignite bomb. This couldn't go on. Instead of the cipher, there is now the Crown of Scotland on both the postboxes and the post vans, as you can see here. If you can identify you're in Scotland by now, tough luck. Goodbye.